He gave everything for his team, his loyalty, his strength, his very life. But when they called him weak and cast him out, he swore to return, not for revenge, but to show them the true meaning of power. This is the story of Ardan, the outcast who became stronger than everyone. In the kingdom of Vera, power was everything. Adventurers climbed ranks to earn fame, glory, and mountains of gold. Ardan, a humble swordsman, fought for the Silver Blade Guild, a team led by the ambitious and arrogant warrior, Kale. For years, Ardan was their shield, the one who fought on the front lines, risking his life to protect his teammates. But no one ever saw his effort. They only saw his lack of a divine blessing, a magical gift that marked the truly powerful. They saw him as ordinary, as replaceable. One fateful day, during a high-stakes raid on a dragon's lair, Ardan's sword shattered under the beast's fiery assault. He tried to defend his team barehanded, desperately trying to create an opening, but failed to protect one of them from a glancing blow. That was all the excuse Kale needed. "You're useless, Ardan," Kale spat, his voice laced with contempt. "A burden we can't carry anymore." The team's healer, Lena, who Ardan had saved countless times, just looked away. "I'm sorry, but he's right," she whispered. They stripped him of his guild badge, the symbol of his entire life's work, and left him in the desolate wilderness to die. Alone, betrayed, and broken. Wounded and his spirit crushed, Ardan wandered the cursed lands beyond the kingdom, a place where monsters far stronger than dragons roamed free. This was a death sentence. As he finally collapsed beneath a giant, ancient tree, its branches seeming to reach for the heavens, a glowing spirit materialized before him. Its voice was ancient, echoing, not in his ears, but in his very soul. "Your heart burns brighter than any blessing. Will you accept the void trial?" Without a single moment of hesitation, Ardan said yes. What did he have left to lose? He was instantly pulled into a realm of pure shadows, a timeless place that existed between life and death. There he fought. He fought countless monsters, each one more terrifying than the last. Every wound he received, every time he was torn down, he didn't weaken. Instead, he felt a strange power coursing through him, mending his flesh and hardening his resolve. He wasn't just healing, he was evolving. When he finally emerged from that dark trial, years had passed in the blink of an eye. His hair had turned a stark lunar silver. His eyes, once a simple brown, now glowed with an intense blue energy. And his sword, reforged in the abyss, pulsed with the raw power of the void. Meanwhile, back in the kingdom, years had indeed passed. The Silver Blade Guild had become famous. Kale and his team were celebrated as the kingdom's greatest heroes, their names sung in every tavern. But a new threat, darker than any they had ever faced, emerged. An army of demons descended from a tear in the sky, a tide of darkness threatening to swallow the world. The kingdom called for its heroes, but none were strong enough. Not even the great Kale could stand against the demon king leading the charge. Until he appeared, cloaked in black armor that seemed to drink the light, wielding a sword of pure energy. Ardan stood at the gates of the capital city. He was a lone figure against an army. No one recognized the outcast they had left for dead. When Kale, ever arrogant, mocked the stranger, Ardan simply said, "I've returned. To protect the kingdom you were too weak to defend." Then he charged. Alone, he moved like a phantom, a blur of silver and blue, slicing through hundreds of demons as if they were made of paper. The battlefield became his dance floor. The Demon King, a towering monstrosity of muscle and malice, descended from the sky, shattering the earth beneath him with a single step. He saw Kale and his team and with a flick of his wrist, crushed them, leaving them broken and defeated. The king then turned to the lone warrior. "A human dares challenge me alone?" he boomed, his voice like grinding continents. Ardan looked up, the void energy swirling around him like a storm. "Not human," he replied, his voice calm and cold. "Not anymore." With one decisive swing, he unleashed the void strike. It was a power that tore the fabric of reality, a slash of pure darkness and light that split the skies apart. When the blinding light faded and the dust settled, the battlefield was utterly silent. The demons were gone. The outcast swordsman had just saved the world. As a new dawn broke over the silent city, the kingdom erupted in cheers. Kale, bruised and humbled, knelt before Ardan, trembling not with fear, but with awe. You've surpassed us all," he stammered. "I was wrong." Ardan looked down at his former leader, and a faint, knowing smile touched his lips. "You weren't wrong, Kale," he said, his voice softer now. "I was just late. He then turned away from the cheers, from the glory, and walked into the rising sun, disappearing as mysteriously as he had arrived, leaving behind only his legend. From that day on, the people of Vera spoke not of the silver blade, but of the outcast hero who was kicked out, forgotten, but rose to become stronger than gods. He was kicked out, forgotten, and left to die. But in the end, he returned stronger than everyone. If you love this epic story, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell because next time, we'll reveal another hero who defied fate itself and came back to shock the world. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.